To welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday.
Alongside my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. We are honored to be here for the biggest spectacle in sports, the Super Bowl. Are you ready, partner?
I am more than ready, and I love the word you used. Honored, because it is an honor to be here. It's a privilege to be here. My excitement is just about to burst through the booth. I can't wait to do this.
Well, and sitting with both of these teams and talking in the meetings and media day and all the hoopla that goes into this, there was one common theme. They're ready to stop the talking and start playing football.
Yeah, they were probably ready a while ago. Now they can just focus on it. It's done. The only talking they have to worry about now is post-game, and they hope that they'll be talking as the winning team.
And we'll see. You know, both sides come in with a game plan to start. We'll see how the adjustments are made throughout, because there are always adjustments in this game.
I want to see if they come out conservative, trying to minimize errors, or if they have enough confidence to attack early and try and take advantage of the other team's nervousness.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. It'll be second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Give to Walker on the read option.
He gets away from one. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25. 46 yards rushing for him now on their opening drive of the Super Bowl.
So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive line.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker.
24 yards.
And the Seahawks are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
And on the grandest of stages, with the whole world watching the Super Bowl, they come out and get the first points.
I don't know how you feel about it, Brandon, but for me, watching the beginning of the Super Bowl, I've often wondered how come it's not just a fumble fest? How come the ball's not all over the place? The nerves, the interim in between of the 2 weeks waiting for the game. But this team came out and handled it just like it was a regular season walk in the park. Terrific start.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And we will not have a run back here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 20-yard line. First carry of the game for Zamir White.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
This Super Bowl, of course, just a huge one for this head coach. The first time he's walked the sidelines in a game of this magnitude. And you know, I might normally ask the cliche, what's going through his mind right now? But maybe the better question, CD, what do you think are the pitfalls of being a first-time head coach in this game?
Well, you know it's something that he thought about, Brandon, and he had to. And he was thinking about it long before he got to this stage. As the season progressed and he saw that his team was good, if he was smart, he started to make plans right then and there. Reach out to other coaches who've been there before. Find out how they handled winning, losing, handling all the ticket situations, travel, practice, all those things. And then trust your gut, make your best decision, and put it all out there and give your team their best chance to win.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. On fourth down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fair catch called for and made at about the 32-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Walker to start the drive. Oh, fighting off the defender. Still on his feet. He may go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Kenneth Walker, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Seahawks will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. Another impressive drive, so they're 2 for 2, 2 touchdowns. Charles, a great start to this ball game for them.
And one of the words that's really worked its way into our lexicon is stacking. They've stacked momentum each time out, not only on offense. Between those touchdowns, defense held, forced a punt to get the ball back, and they played awfully well in this one. Both sides playing at optimum level.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he returns this to the 22.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10.
That would complete to Trey Tucker.
Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
From the 31, here comes 2nd and a yard. They run. It's Tucker.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
I'm not sure that you'd call it a trick play, but they definitely showed some imagination there. I wouldn't be surprised if they want to come back and show this play a few more times before this one is over.
Off the play fake, Young. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
It's not the first time they've gone his way on this drive, and they were obviously keyed into it because they were there to help break that pass up.
Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll drop the throw. He completes it right side to White. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and we are ready to return to Super Bowl 62 action. Start of the 2nd quarter. Here we go.
And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Young.
He's got his target. That's complete.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion.
And a nice job by the two of them to not only connect on the pitch and the catch, but to carry over their practice work to the game field. They saw the adjustment by the defense, made an adjustment themselves, and picked up the 1st down.
Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Young off the play fake.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Walker. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 148 yards rushing for him now in the first half of this Super Bowl.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Ken Walker with his 3rd touchdown of this Super Bowl.
And the Seahawks continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So his big first half continues, his 3rd touchdown already. We'll have to keep watch as this game goes along, how much they want to continue to ride him, because he could be on his way to a record-setting performance. The extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that makes the score 21-0.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You want to.
I know, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Here is Young. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Off the play fake, Barrett. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Here we go. Cougar 19. 19 tight. 19 tight. 70 range. 70 range. Hawk 70. Hawk 70.
To throw is Barrett. And Walker has it. Oh, and now some space to operate. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
180 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Back to throw Barrett. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Option play, and they'll give to Walker. Down to about the 37.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Third down just got a lot tougher. That will officially go as a loss of 7. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even third down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Not a big run, not an explosive run, but they've held the ball for plenty of plays on this drive. They're just trying to impose their will on the defense right now.
Second down and 8. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Here's 3rd and 3.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
In motion right, that's Metcalf. And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
So they decide not to back him up. They want the down. An interesting call there as it'll lead to 4th down. Field goal unit and Joey Sly now.
From the right hash, this a 31-yard attempt.
Sly able to put this one through.
And the route is on. It's 24-0.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows that it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
Being chased out left. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
Final play of the half. Young steps away. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now, their chances of hoisting that Lombardi trophy not looking too great, but perhaps that long halftime, maybe it did them a world of good.
But if there's ever a chance to regroup, it's in this game, right? Because you do have that long halftime, a chance to really assess things and maybe make some changes and true adjustments. They played great all year long. That was the worst first half of the season for them. They're hoping to put it behind them and come out punching here in the second half.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. Young. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going. Trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
Boy, 203 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Back to Walker on 1st down.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Now Barrett.
They're complete to Smith and Jigba.
And he's got room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They'll toss this out right to Walker. What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Walker with another carry.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Give him 2 yards. That sets him up 1st and goal.
Well, this has been a long drive. In fact, it's eaten up a good chunk of the 3rd quarter, which is precisely what you want when you're playing with the lead. You control the football, you control the clock, and impose your will on the defense.
Walker fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
All of a sudden, those lanes that were there earlier in the drive dry up near the goal line. That's a good job defensively to diagnose the run and stop it for a very short pickup.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
On the handoff, this is Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's been a fun one through 3. It always is. The final quarter of Super Bowl 62 is coming your way next.
We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Okay,
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Here we go, set.
They'll try and run. Walker.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown.
Kenneth Walker
with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight.
And the Seahawks are starting to pour it on the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Slide for the PAT.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their Super Bowl hopes are dwindling here in the 4th. That AFC crown from 2 weeks ago starting to seem like a distant memory. And this one just has not gone as they had hoped.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
At the 26-yard line.
Come on, set.
Young now. His throw incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
The offense on third down tonight, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. Young to throw it. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to have a good completion percentage.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. But no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Let's go.
Looking to throw, Young.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Seahawks are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
A gear for Walker running right.
And he is going to lose yardage here. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
That is caught. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
Hand off here to Walker.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, they'll take that every time with a lead. First down, 4th quarter, getting 8 yards. You love that.
They will take it, and you have to ask the defensive guys, why did you give it? I mean, you know the situation. You're down, have to stop them, have to get the football back. But 8 yards on first down puts them back on their heels.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line.
First down, Seattle, 16 yards the gain there.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about to run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Let's go now. Shot alert, shot alert. Smash, smash. Rocco switch, Rocco switch.
Again, it's Walker.
Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
Yeah, so they get that one, Charles, on the right tackle.
Yeah, oftentimes in that spot, you're trying to work against a defender, trying to set the edge in the running game, and you're trying to drive around and get your body twisted so that he can't get there. Sometimes your hands get too involved.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be second down.
Well, obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with second and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Second and 15.
Cowboy 80. Come on, set. Go.
Now a run with Walker. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I don't think anyone thought we'd see a run facing second and that long, and that element of surprise, I think, helped make that play so successful. Nice effort on that carry, and it took what seemed like second and impossible, now has him within throwing range of a first down.
On third down, here's Walker. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now Joey Sly for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase. Young is intercepted for the third time this game. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
And they'll indeed take a knee. And the Seahawks are the class of the NFL. Seattle wins the Super Bowl. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week